mantra he's using to pursue regime change policies, against Russia.
Does NATO want a wider war with Russia than the one it is already waging in Ukraine?
No, first of all, NATO can't fight a wider war. There's no military capacity to fight such a war. This is about political posturing by leaders in the NATO alliance for their domestic audiences to justify increased defense spending. So they talk about, first of all, any rhetoric that comes out of NATO speaks of a war by 2029, 2030. It's 2025, soon to be 2026, but, several years off. So we're not talking about, anything that's practical or real. We're talking about theory, which means that it's not serious. You don't articulate a threat and then say, well, we're going to deal with this threat in 5 years. That means it's not a threat. So this is just purely political posturing of the stupidest kind.
Is Donald Trump telling the truth when he says he wants peace in Ukraine, or are his hands tied by the neocons around him and the Zionists who funded him, and he knows it?
More and more, I begin to question whether or not Donald Trump was ever serious about peace, because when you look at the terms that he was seeking to achieve through, his negotiation, it was the equivalent of a Russian surrender. And we can never forget that Donald Trump, this is his second term. His first term from 2017 to 2021 was marked by the fact that he was very aggressive towards Russia when it came to Ukraine, providing Ukraine with offensive weaponry, allowing the CIA to put over 20 bases on the ground in Ukraine, to actively train the Ukrainian forces to fight and kill Russians. That was the sole purpose of the training. And so, when Donald Trump comes in today and says, that war would never have happened had I been president, I doubt it, because he was pushing for that war. And even though Joe Biden started this conflict in terms of the shooting aspects of it, Trump says he wants peace, but peace on his terms, which means it's not peace. It will never be peace. It's designed to be a peace that weakens Russia and allows the United States and Europe to continue the process of isolating Russia, collapsing Russia's economy, degrading Russia's, political, societal relationship, and bringing down Vladimir Putin, which ultimately remains the goal of the United States and Europe in terms of their official policies. So no, Donald Trump is lying when he says he wants peace. Peace is a mantra he's using to pursue regime change policies, against Russia. This is the war that he was advocating for. This is, the posture that he assumed. These are the policies that he endorsed. So this is Donald Trump's war. He's just not man enough to own it.